All right, look like we have a double sound. All right, hello everyone, peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends and let us have a good time for today. The Mohammedan supposedly they are the one who can refute us very easy. If you remember, there's a guy, he told Fifi that he could not find my introduction in Sex and Allah book, and Fifi the fool, he believed him. So he made a challenge for me, and he challenged me to show where is the introduction can be found in the book of Fath al-Bari. Anyone remember? And Fifi, he said to him, thank you. In the beginning of the video, he said, actually, our friend Muslim fornication, he told me, and he gave my attention to this. The same person, Muslim fornication, who got Fifi busted, and he made him look like a puppy, who he challenged me, and he said, if you can find it, what, I don't know what he said, if he can find it, he will shave. If somebody have the video so we can play it. If I challenge Christian Prince, he make even a comment, saying if a Christian Prince can find it in Fath al-Bari. And later we show it to him, the idiot. Now the same idiot, he came and Muslim fornication, and he is saying here, oh, now you are answering comment. I always answer a comment, you idiot. I answer comment in chat, I answer comment in where are you? Why you don't post for me your Skype, little Muslim kid? And I will call you, even if you are too small. It doesn't matter how small you are, because we can make you bigger. Here he said, oh, you are responding to comment now. Perfect. You never heard of me responding to comment before? A person who come to my page every day, he never saw me responding to comment. Respond to mine. Michael Abdul Masih, director of Arabic Bible Outreach, arrest that. It's a proven theory. It is an proven theory. It is false. Even if it turned out to be true, it has little bearing on Muslims' faith, since Muslims do not worship the moon god. That would be a blasphemy in the Islamic teaching. If we use the moon god theory, discredit Islam, we discredit the Christians, Arabic-speaking churches, and missionaries thought in the Middle East. This point should not be discounted lightly, because the word Allah is found of millions of Arabic Bibles and other Arabic Christians material. The moon god theory confuses empiricism, where Christians approach Muslims. They do not know whether they need to convince them that we worship the wrong deity, or to present them to a simple gospel message of Jesus Christ. So the Muslim here is saying to me, well, this is a Christian minister, his name is Abdul Masih, and he's saying that this is a theory, and there's millions of Bible, they have the word Allah, but he forgot that this is a translation. A translation doesn't count for us. For us as a Christians, we go by the original. Can we find the word Allah? And then you see here, you will see that the coward, he did not even quote the whole article. Why? Because he's a coward, like he's a prophet. Let us go to the article of this guy, because as long you are quoting him, let us quote him. And you will see that this guy is getting you busted. This is the article, you donkey. Why you do not post it, all of it? I mean, why you don't want to post it, all of it? Is it embarrassing? Isn't it? So look what you post for us. You post for us words you like. And here he said, look at this. Allah and the moon god theory. Currently, there is no ongoing debate in whether that Allah of the Quran, in fact, a pagan Arab or a moon god in the pre-Islamic times. This idea have mentioned in literatures for more than a century, but only recently it has been seriously promoted. The theory practically used on one leading evangelical author books So this is not true. It's not about one evangelical. This is, you know, this is what history will show us, and we will prove it. The theory claimed that the pagan deity, moon god, named Allah, was married to a son, to the sun god, and then the stars were his daughters. This is a theory. This is a theory. So you did not quote with this because this will make Muhammad a liar. Because if this is a theory, this is why the Quran says then that the Arab, they worship Allah and his daughters. If it's a theory, you see, shouldn't we go and see who is the one who was worshipping Allah before Muhammad? Those are the Arab, and this is your Quran. Hold on. Let us go to the verses. And, you know, see if it's a theory or not. I don't know what happened to this website. It's not showing me. Okay, let us see. It's a theory, right? It's not in history, it's not reported, it's not exist in the Quran. It's a theory. This guy, he did not know anything about Islam, obviously, he's just a Christian minister. But if we go in the Quran, we will find the following. That your Quran confirm that the Arab, they believe that Allah have daughters. This is chapter 16, verse number 57. So the idea of our brother in Christ, which I respect him, by the way, it doesn't mean that he's not ignorant. That this is a theory come with somebody, he made a book about the moon god marrying from the sun god and have 3 daughters. This is not a theory. This is what the Arab worship. So if you are agreeing with him, that's when you agree that the Quran, these verses of the Quran are fabrication, because this is a theory. That's what he said. He said theory cannot even be proven. He said unproven theory. But the Quran is a proven theory for you, or it's not a proven book? The Quran confirmed that yes, the Arab, they worship the 3 daughters of Allah, and they believe Allah have 3 daughters. So don't hear the question will be, okay, if Allah have 3 daughters according to the Arab before Muhammad, where he got them from? Correct? So when you quote for me and you say this is what he said, and you did not quote everything, that because you are showing that you are stupid, ignorant, and you are insulted your God, and you take his side saying that Allah is wrong, Muhammad is a liar. This is unproven theory. Nobody worship 3 daughters of Allah. This is unproven theory. If we go in different verse in the Quran, we will find the following. Look what you do. Look what you did to your prophet. Now, all the spanking is coming to your prophet because of this. Chapter 53, verse number 19. And here we see where Muhammad, he recited the satanic verses, if you remember. It says here, have you seen Allat and Al-Uzza? And the other one, the third, the goddess Manat? What? For you the male 6, and for him the female. So Allah here complaining that they gave him 3 daughters, but he did not give him a boy. But the one you are quoting for me, he said this is unproven theory. Nobody did that. So what you did, you proved to us that you take a side of somebody making this is not true, saying it clearly, this is not true. This is unproven theory. There's nowhere it's mentioned that the Arab used to worship a god who have 3 daughters, which means it's a fabrication. And I understand this guy is saying that due to his ignorance. He is a Christian minister. He is not a doctor in Islamic history or neither in history. And as you see, I'm getting you busted from your book. Are you going to say to me this is unproven theory? Actually, The expedition of Khalid ibn Walid, where he killed one of the daughters of Allah. Let me find the reference. This is story proving to us what? That you Muslims and Muhammad, he believed that the daughter of Allah is true. Let me find the reference. Okay. Oh boy. Let me try to find it in English. I have it in Arabic. It's very easy. But we need to find it in English. And now what he will say? You say, you know, we Muslims don't believe in this garbage, but this is your Islam, my friend. This is your garbage. Let us see. All right. This is Hisham ibn al-Kalbi book. All right. This is your scholars. And now let us see the English translation. And everybody will be laughing at you, and we will die laughing at your stupid prophet and his fiction stories. In the year of victory, in Al-Fatah, the prophet summoned Khalid ibn Walid, and he said to him, go into the tree of the valley in the valley of Nakhla. This is, by the way, this is the name of the Book of Idols, page number 24. This is your Muslim book, not my book. And by the way, we will show you the same reference from the book of Ibn Kathir. And cut it down. Khalid, he went therefore, and he, you know, like he went and etc. And he did, you can read the story. And then Muhammad, he sent him back. He told him, I cut the tree and I did as you said. Okay. So Muhammad, he said to him, no, go back. You did not finish your job. Why? Because he did not kill the daughter of Allah. So he sent him back. And there, when he arrived, look what happened. Who reported from his father had related to him that the author blah 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 Al-Uzza was the she devil which took frequent tree in the valley of Nakhla. When the prophet captured Mecca, he dispatched Khalid. Are we losing connection? Don't tell me I'm losing connection. Are we? Guys, is the connection good? I hope not. All right. So let's go back. I think it's working fine. So he dispatched Khalid to kill this woman who she is the daughter of Allah. What her name? Al-Uzza. Al-Uzza. All right. We will find a tree. Cut down the first one. Khalid went and he cut down. And then he returned to report to the prophet. And he asked him, saying, have you seen anything there? Khalid, he replied, said, no. He cut the tree. He did not see anything. The prophet ordered him to return and cut down the second tree. What a drama. He asked him what? Go again. Did you see there something? He said, no. I just saw the tree. I cut the tree as you told me. Okay. So the Prophet ordered him to return and cut down the second tree. He went and cut down on his return to the and then he returned to report to the Prophet that he cut the second tree. The Prophet said to him, have you seen anything there? The guy, he said, no. Khalid answered, said, no. Thereupon the Prophet ordered him to go back and cut down the third tree. He said, no. Khalid answered, said, no. Thereupon the Prophet ordered him to go back and cut down the third tree. Here we go. I mean, are you going to send the guy? Why you didn't tell him from the beginning, cut the 3 trees and that's it? When Khalid arrived to the scene, he found an Ethiopian looking woman. A woman, she looked Ethiopian. She have to be darker skin. Islam is a racist cult, as you know. So she have to be an African with darker skin. Which, like, suppose she is acting crazy. Her hair is all over the place. And her hard place on her shoulder. Gnashing and grating her teeth. Behind her stood a person, this is his name, who was then the custodian of Al-Uzza, the guy who take care of Al-Uzza. The guy there, he was the one who take care of the daughter of Allah, Al-Uzza, the idol. When this guy, he saw Khalid, he said, O thou Al-Uzza, so this is Al-Uzza, remove the veil and truck up these sleeves. Summon up the strength and deal Khalid. Okay, and then so Khalid, anyway, he took his sword and he killed Al-Uzza. He slaughtered her. Let us scroll down in the page so we can read the rest of the story. After he killed her, she crumbled into ashes. See, this is a Harry Potter story. After he killed her, she crumbled into ashes. Then he cut down the tree, and Khalid, he went back to Muhammad and returned to Muhammad to report to him what he did. Thereupon the Prophet said to him, that was Al-Uzza. Do you see it? So yes, the Arab, including Muhammad, they believe that Allah have 3 daughters and Al-Uzza is a real person, not a fiction person. And you Muslims agree with those stories, believe in them, print them in your books, teach them to your children, that your prophet, he killed the daughter of Allah. So when you quote for me a person saying that this is improving theory that the Arab used to worship a god who have sex with other god and have 3 daughters, that is a statement of ignorance, my friend. Regardless if he is a Christian or not, doesn't matter. And the funny, you say to me he is a Christian scholar. Scholar in what? Here we go. We prove him wrong in 2 seconds. What scholar? Or he is a scholar of your choice. So if we go back to the article here, where he said that the theory claimed that the pagan deity, the moon god, named Allah, was married to the sun god, and the stars were daughters. He's saying this theory, the fact that the crescent moon symbol is found in many flags, but this is not the reason for this. This is a funny statement. We don't say this because the Muslim, they have the symbol of the moon in the top of their mosque. We just showed you the Quran. We just showed you Muhammad sending his men to kill the daughter of Allah. So my friend, this person, with my respect to him, he is an ignorant. I can say it to him in his face, and I invite him to call me. And as you see, nobody can really can argue with me about what he said. And look what happened here. If we ask our brother here, Can we find the word Allah in any existing book called Arab invade Arabia? He said to you that the first Bible translated to Arabic, it was in the 9th century. This is mean more than 300 years after the Muslims invade. That's mean under the influence of Islam. The Christians are being killed even if after they say Allah. So what if they say different name? But look what he said here. He said, Islamic propaganda machine in the West is actively pushing for the use of the word Allah instead of God in the Western language, especially in English. The sole purpose of this push is to promote Islam and render it in acceptable mainstream. But he is doing the same. I mean, how come you don't want them to promote Allah as a word? You just did. You yourself, you just said it's not a moon god, and Arab Christian they use it. So why they cannot do it themselves? And then you will see him saying, let us see what he said, which I find very funny. He don't want the Western to use the word Allah, but he's saying the Arab it's okay for them to use the word Allah. He said that some Christians are using the word Allah. Here we go. Read carefully. I was particularly saddened to see several English Christian websites posting the English Bible text with the word Allah, substituting for God as an attempt to witness to Muslims. In doing so, they have eventually asserted the Muslim claim that Allah is the name of the true God. So he is sad that some Christians are doing a stupid thing by using the word Allah in the English website instead of using the word God. So why you are saying it's okay for a Christian, Arab Christian, to use the word Allah for God? Do you see here? People, do you see? So this potato, he quote for us, but he did not quote the whole story. This guy, he don't agree. He is saying that now, we Christian, Arab Christians, Middle Eastern Christian would use the word Allah. And we have it in the translation of the Bible. It's okay. For us, it's a word mean God. But look, when he mentioned for us, it's a word mean God, he just again proved Islam to be false. Why? He don't want to follow the God of Islam, Allah, as a name. He is saying it's okay to use it as a word mean God. And this is what the whole article is saying. It's used as a word as God, not as a name. But all of us, we knew that you Muslims believe that Allah is a name, not a word being God. And this is your Islamic website, Fatwa, you know, about what to use. Is the word Allah is a word mean God, or it is a name? Question: the name Allah can be translated as God. For new Muslims, it's okay if you translate as God, it's okay. However, it is a name. It is a name. All perfect praise to be to Allah, blah, 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 okay? The name Allah can be translated as God for new Muslims who do not know Arabic language. Just as we translate the name, translate for them the meaning of the Quran in order to teach them the the religion of Islam. As for translating the name, you see, it's a name for the Arab Christians. This guy, he don't call God by a name when we say Allah. He just used the word God. Any time he want to say God, he say Allah. So he is replacing the word God with the word Allah. But this is a false narrative. For Allah is the main name for the God of Islam. And then we will go soon for what that name means. So the name Allah with God while translating meaning of the Quran, Hadith, or book of Islamic knowledge. We do not think that this is a principle. Rather, it is an obligation to leave the name of Allah in its original form. Because the name of Allah is a proper name of our Lord. So there in the article he is saying to you, it's just a word meaning God, this is how we use it. Here in you Muslim, you say this is a name, this is not a word meaning God, and this is how we use it. Now let us go to the name. Actually, in his post, he made something funny, and I find it hilarious when Muslims try to answer us. Look what he said. I challenge you to refute what the Arab Christian scholar himself said, and we did already refute it in 2 seconds. I would also like anyone to read this comment and to the director of the Arabic Outreach, we mention his name, all right? And then he says, your Christian prince fooled you into thinking that Abdul is the only Muslim when they actually Christian too. Or just to show you how stupid. You see, Abdul is you Muslims. Do you remember the guy when the guy, his name is a sheikh? He said there's a guy, his name is Abdul, and the other one, his name is what? I forgot. You call yourself Abdul. Secondly, the name you quote for me, his name is Abdul Masih, which means he is a slave of Allah, or a slave of the Messiah. Al-Masih. Slave of Al-Masih. So his name witnessed that he is the slave of Jesus. So Abdul is the bint who is one talking to. You are Abdul because you call yourself by this and you worship Allah. We don't worship Allah. This guy, he worshipped the Messiah. His name is Abdul Masih. Secondly, you idiot, look what you did. You said Abd El, which means the worshipper of. You are a certified donkey. El does not mean of. El is the word God. El is the word God. And let me get you busted to show everybody that you Muslims, you have no idea what are you talking about. And because your prophet is a thief, you say things, we laugh at it. If we go in the Quran, we will find that you Muslim, you say Israel as an example. If we ask you, what Israel? What Israel? What does that word mean? You don't know. Why? Because Muhammad is a thief. He took it from our Bible. Not a single Muslim, not even Muhammad, knew what Israel means. El, at the end of the word, this is not a word, this is a sentence. This is a sentence. Israel is not a word. It's a name as a verse, as a sentence given to this man Jacob. But because Muhammad is a fraud, he don't know what the Quran did not explain to us how this guy Jacob became Israel. You see, in the stupid Quran, do you remember when the dad, he was making fun of Jacob struggling with God? Do you remember the video? If I was there in the stage, I will humiliate this idiot in 2 seconds. Because when the Quran mentioned the word Israel, it's meaning you agree with the story in the Bible. Because this is what Israel means. The person who struggled with God. So you adopted the name, but you do not know what the name means. But you refuse the story. But you cannot tell us how Jacob became Israel. Why? Because you are a certified donkey like your prophet. So El is the word God. Now if we go to your Quran, the same as we go to Mikael, Gibrael, all those names, Ishmael, all of those are belong to the God of the Christian, not to the God of Islam. Otherwise, where we can find even your religion? You have 99 names of Allah, none of them, one of them is Il. Now you say that Il mean that, right? This is in Arabic, you idiot. The name, the Allah is not an Arabic word. This can be true if Allah is an Arabic word. But if we go in the Quran, chapter number 1, we will find the following. It says here, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. You will notice that the first sentence where it says Allah is different from the second Allah. What happened? Anyone notice what is missing? Let us make a line. A thin line. Here we have a letter. Here we don't have it. Do you see it? Let us highlight the letter with something shiny. Here we have a letter. Here we don't have it. What happened? If Allah is a name, then we cannot take a letter from the name. I cannot take the letter G from Jesus unless it is not part of the name. So why the letter is gone from the name? Because simply it's not part of the name. As simple as that. So what the verse saying? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The second verse says Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So look what happened. Alhamdulillah. I'm sure this guy is so sorry now for what he did. Lah. Li in Arabic mean two. Lah is the name of your God. So you are a certified donkey again like your prophet. Your God name is not even Allah, it is Lah. And if we go right now and we search, who is Lah? Let us do that. We go to Prophet Google, peace upon him. We type Lah. Lah. What Lah? It is the moon god. Lah, the Egyptian god, moon god. Lah. That is Lah, the moon god. That is the truth. So, is it a theory and proven or not? If we go right now and we check the name of Mecca, you will find the Quran saying Il is a word mean God. Al is a word mean God. Al is a word mean God. In the ancient Hebrew, let me show you, hold on. You see guys, you need to read, you need to educate yourself. Education is very important, you know. The meaning of Israel, Israel, sorry. What is Al in the ancient Hebrew? God. Do you see it? Al, between two brackets, God. At the end of the letter and at the end of the name, they add sometimes the name of the word God, or sometimes they put it in the beginning. So most of names like Gabriel, Michael, etc. used to be Mikael, Gabriel, Daniel, Ishmael. Al, this is why it's written capital letter, because it is a word by itself which means God. So Al-Lah, Al is a word meaning God, La is the name of the God. Are we getting the point? Al, when you put the word al, in Arabic, the word al, it means that. But remember, this is not an Arabic word anyway. This is not an Arabic word. La is a stolen word from the Aramaic. And this word was very popular in Egypt. Some they say that the origin of it is Egyptian, but I don't agree with that, because all the new studies prove, and even old ones, that people of Yemen, they worship the god La, which is the moon god. And actually the temple of Al-Makkah is the same name of Mecca. Let me show you something here. If we go in the yellow pages of Muhammad book, which is called the Quran, we will find the Quran have strange name for Mecca. Chapter 3, verse number 96. Do you see it? Mecca became Becca. Mecca became Becca. But how that can be? You cannot change the name. The answer is very simple. Becca is how it is pronounced for some people. Mecca is how it's pronounced for some people. As an example, the Aramaic themselves, they have the same letter can be pronounced depending what kind of Aramaic you are. A person who speak the first version of Aramaic, or Aramaic who live in Iraq, or Aramaic who live in Syria, or Aramaic, etc. So they have different pronunciation for the same letter. So they switch letters. So the letter M, it can be switched Ba, etc. And that can happen in many words. And we can give examples about other words too. So Mecca is Becca. If you ask a Muslim, is it Mecca the same Becca? He said yes. However, if we go and search for the temple of Yemen, which is the temple of the moon god, we find that its name is Al-Makkah. Makkah. But it is Makkah, not Mecca. The fact it is the same. Why? Because the people of Yemen, they exchange the letter Ka with Qa. The same as we saw with the Aramaic. So in chapter 48, verse number 24, it says, Makkah. The people of Yemen, when they pronounce the letter Ka, they switch it to Qa. And this is even happening now every day. I mean, in the Middle East, in many countries. Like as an example, in Egypt, if your name is George, you know, if your name, let's say, the letter Ja, they say Gi, Gib, Gib Hagatak. But it's Ja, it is G. They say Gi. They have different pronunciation for the word. They switch the letter, and this is their style of saying words. So Makkah is the same as Mecca, the temple of Mecca. This is why we find that in the Kaaba there's a Yemeni corner. Why it's called Yemeni corner? Because that Yemeni corner have stones from the temple of Al-Makkah. Let us go and search for them. You will notice that the Yemeni corner, or the corner of Yemen, have different stones, have nothing to do with the Kaaba structures. Even the colors are different. That means those stones are coming from different locations. They are not from the area. So why they are there? Those are stones brought from the temple of Al-Makkah, the moon god temple in Yemen. Do you understand? and they place it there, so the Arab do not need to go all the way to the temple of Al-Makkah in Yemen. They can do Hajj to Al-Makkah in Saudi Arabia, in the Arabian Peninsula, or in the area of what it's called Mecca now. It was a replacement, it was a clone of the temple, the huge temple. Actually, we cannot compare between this little room and the temple, which was the biggest temple of the moon god in the area. So they took stones from the temple of the Al-Makkah and they place it in the corner of the Kaaba. And this is why Muhammad, he said, those who touch the Yemeni corner and the black stone, Allah erase all, so their sin is erased. He did not say Allah, sorry for that. Their sin is erased. How you can erase a sin by touching a stone? How that can be? If we go to the book of Hadith, you will see Muhammad making it clear that touching stones and Yemeni corner is a must. And if you touch them, they erase your sin. Let us show the reference. Give me a second. And Muhammad, he always do that, and he never stop touching them, worshipping them. The Muslim, they will say he's not worshipping them, so why you touch them? Tell us. They are stones. They are just a stone. Muhammad is a pagan person, the same as his family, the same as his grandfather, the same as his uncle, who refused to accept Islam. Even he is the one who most beloved to Muhammad, yet he did not accept Islam. He knew that Muhammad is a fraud. Let us see, where is the hadith? I'm looking for it. Here we go. This is the hadith, and the Muslim, they cannot say it's weak. We would love if you say that. A person, he asked Abu Abdul Rahman, why do I only see you touching those two corners? He said, I heard the Messenger of Allah says, touching them erase sin. Do you see it? Touching them erase sin. And this is not a da'if hadith. And we can show you tons of hadith. Your prophet, he keep going around them and touch them non-stop. He is possessed with those stones. Huh? When Muhammad is happy, he touched the Yemeni corner. When he is unhappy, he come to the Yemeni corner and he cry for it. Do you see it? This is the Yemeni corner. The stones which is coming from the temple of Al-Makkah, which is in Yemen, which is the moon god. Scientists, they thought for long that Al-Makkah temple used to be the sun, to worship the sun. But now they were able finally to read the words or the language which was written in the stones, which is not in Arabic, which is proven again that Yemen have nothing to do with the Arab. Because why the temple there is built and the language there is not Arabic, but yet the people there are Arab as they claim. That's not, doesn't make sense. The same as Syria, not the land of the Arab. The same as Iraq is not the land of the Arab. The same as the Kaaba itself is not the land of the Arab, for the Arab is not an ethnic. But you see here how Muhammad is possessed with touching stones, claiming that the stones erase your sin. He have to touch the stones. Why? Muhammad, he prayed to Allah 5 times. Okay, Allah is in the sky. Why you not touch a stone? Give me a reason why you want to touch the Yemeni corner. What is the Yemeni corner present for you? They are stones. Do you see it? All those hadith are sahih. The Prophet used to touch the Yemeni corner and the stone in each tawaf. Each time he go around like a cockroach. We asked them what the black stone for. They say, oh, this is Allah. He sent the black stone, brother, from heaven, brother. Do you remember, guys, when I recorded the chat with the Muslim website, who they are trying to convert the Christians into Islam? And I asked them why the Prophet, he kissed the stone. They said to me, because the stone is holy. I don't know if any of you have the video. I said, and why the stone is holy? They said, because the Prophet kissed it. Unbelievable. So the guy who is named Muslim fornication, the father of the Muta Prophet, you fail and you expose your Prophet, big deal. Because not even one of you knows what Allah means. And as you see, it's a name. It's not the word mean God. It is a name. So what the name mean? God? You do not know. For you are a thief. You took it, you do not know what it is, the same as the rest of the names. If we open the Quran now, we ask, okay, Jibreel, what Jibreel mean? They don't know. Israel, they don't know. Isa, who's Isa? We don't know. What Isa mean? They don't know. What Moses mean? They don't know. What Adam mean? They don't know. Not a single Muhammadan, he knew what he is reading, because Muhammad is a thief. He stole names of Gog and Magog. What does that mean? I don't know. What Maryam mean? They don't know. So what do you know? What do you know then? Nothing. I'm a Muhammadan. And we Muhammadan, we have big mouth. We talk too much, we say nothing. Muta, okay, Muta is you, let me explain to you what Muta. This is a very, but anyway, so we refuted the comment that somebody saying that Arab Christian used the word Allah. We know that, and I said that many times, but this is because they are under the Islamic filthy occupation for hundreds of years under ISIS. They are using the word Allah and still they are killing them. Actually, the Islamic court of militia, the militant militia country, they force the Christian not to use Allah by word. And here you see how even your Islamic stupidity exposing your stupidity. You just said that an Arab Christian or an whatever, I don't know where he's from, he said that Arab Christian they use, but you Muslims, when you notice that using those names or using the word as a word mean God, it's not for your benefit. So what do? You take a Christian to court and you forbid them from using the word Allah in any book or translation or a church. Why? Because in those countries they notice a lot of Muslims leaving Islam, and they thought about it. Why? They said, okay, maybe because they are using the same word Allah when they preach to us about God. Allah just for Muslims. So you idiot, double standard, hypocrite cult, stupid cult, we smack you. My fingers is all over the bum of your Prophet every day. Smell bad. Okay. Disgusting. Do you see the hypocrisy? They took Christians to court. They take them to jail if you use the word Allah. But in the West, because Muslims are weak, They are trying to promote this cult. They want you to use the word Allah. But in the friend country, when they are in control, oh, don't use the word Allah. This is only for us. Garbage in, garbage out. Now answering the one who spoke about muta. Muta is you renting a Muslim woman for a few hours or a few days for the purpose of sex. Muhammad, he, as a prophet of the moon god, the sexual god Allah, he agreed with everything Allah he present sex. This is why the heaven is about sex, the earth is about sex, everything is about sex. So Muhammad, he says, if any man, and this is Sahih Bukhari, if a man and a woman agree and look between two brackets, the Muslim they put for you, marry temporarily. Marriage. Have you? What marry temporarily mean? Hey, Muslim fornication. If somebody want to marry your daughter temporarily, and he want to pay her $10 temporarily, do you agree? Are you proud? Actually, if you read my book, Sex and Allah, you will find that the Arab, they have a very open life, sexual life. Very, very open. All the family of Muhammad, they used to be homosexual. Read my books, all is authentic Islamic reference. All is authentic Islamic reference. Every single person of the family Muhammad was a homo. And actually, even Muhammad, his house was full of it. If you remember once, there's a guy, he came to debate me. And I said to him, you see, if you say to a Muslim, read for me this hadith, to him, read this hadith, he will say, I don't accept it, this is bad, this is not true, etc. So I said to him, how come your prophet he don't have anything against homosexuality? He said, this is not true. Let me show you a hadith. And he quoted the exact hadith I wanted him to read. Before he started, I said, stop, please. But isn't this hadith is da'if or something? He said, no, 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 it's not da'if. I said, are you sure? He said, I'm very sure. I said, are you sure? He said, I am sure. And then he quote until he arrived where he says that the prophet, he kicked the homo from his house. What he's doing in his house? Umar, he have a gay in his house. Muhammad, he have a gay in his house. All the Sahaba, they have gays in their house. What they are doing there? And not only that, if you go in the Quran, you will find that the punishment for being a gay is just to insult you. If you are a lesbian, they will jail you until you die. If you are a gay, you can be forgiven. But if you are a lesbian, no forgiveness. They put you in jail until you die. Read carefully. And if any of your women are guilty of loudness, women only, you see there's no men in this crime, take evidence of 4 reliable witnesses from among you against them, and then you put them, you confine them in their houses until death claim them. Look how harsh the punishment. Jail until you die. But if 2 men, they do that, do you see it? 2 men, you see, there's no women here. Here there's only women. Here there's only men. What is the punishment? If 2 men, they are homo of doing that, punish them. If they repent, okay, let them go. And how you punish them? We go to the interpretation. It says beat them by sandals. Insult them and beat them by sandals. Chapter 4, verse number 15 and 16. And we can go right now and read the interpretation for the thing. So a Muslim will not say we are making things up. Because you know them, Muslims. Have you ever seen a Muslim? He don't complain. He's a Muslim. It doesn't matter what you say you're lying. It's not true. It doesn't say that. Liar. I challenge you, you are a liar. I'm showing to you on the screen. Liar. It doesn't say that. It's on the screen. A liar. This is Tafsir al-Jalalain. And when two of you, and we showed you it says men, they do that, homosexual intercourse. Do you see that it says homosexual in front of your eyes? Do you see the word homosexual? This is Tafsir al-Jalalain. This is a big fat scholar for the Muhammadan. Okay, what we do then? Punish them both with insult and beat them with sandals. And the brother, if they repent, let them go. So how come the women, if they do that, you jail them until they die, but if somebody is a homo having sex with other homo, you let him go? Is that my translation? Is that my website? No, this is a tafsir. Let me post the link for you. Here we go. Open it and read it. Actually, if you beat a homo with sandal, he gets excited. I mean, what kind of punishment this punishment is? Is that like sexual entertainment? You want to spank him? Huh? This is Islam. Going back to the article, the guy he mentioned, I hope I did not close the link. Did I close the link? No, I did not close the link. This guy, he said, and this is why he don't want, this guy, he don't want to quote for us the rest. Hold on. Look, the summary, my friend. Abdul, the one who coded this article for me. Summary. Even though the understanding of this, his character, which means the God in Islam, is horribly messed up in Islam. Do you see it? Who's next? I challenge you to download my video, Muslim Fornicator. To download my video, post it as it is. And I challenge you, you idiot, to tell them how you did not find my introduction in sex and Allah in Fath al-Bari, and you said it's not exist. You and Fifi. You're so cute. You're so cute, Fufu and Mumu Suso. Bunch of kids. Anyone have a question? By the way, we are going to go live on air after we finish from here in my other account, the Quality of Life. So if any of you is interested, we have the link and they're down in the info. You can join us. And let us see. All right. Let us give you a link. So in case any would like to join us. Yeah, the admin is posting the link anyway. So my friend, we Christians, we speak with the truth, and the truth will set us free. And that's why they don't dare to debate us. You see, if debating me is so easy, can you imagine how many Muslims will be lined up to call me and debate me and getting me busted? You see, always I find I get jealous actually from some Christians because Muslim they want to call them, but they don't call me. But I understand. No, they don't call me. The one who called me, he will leave Islam. You call me once, twice, three times, you leave Islam. That's it. If you are a person who have blue eyes, blonde hair, don't speak Arabic, they will line up to debate you about Muhammad, brother. Scientific miracle in the Quran, brother. Brother Fitter, it's a proven. There is a scientist from the planet named Yama. And it said in the Quran full of science. What? Who is the Muslim want to show us the science of the Quran? The only science I see that renting a woman is a great business in Islam. That is a science, to convince somebody to rent his daughter or rent his sister. And you know what make it more even funny? The Muslims in their website, when they explain the muta, they don't feel shy to say that she is a rented woman. I mean, can you believe it? There's no problem. You see, there's two kinds of Muslims. There's Muslims who they are proud about their religion, and those usually like ISIS, etc. You know, they say it as it is. And there's Muslims in YouTube and who live in the West. They try to promote their garbage by fabricating stories. Those who they are proud about their cult, they say, yes, we Muslims believe in renting women. This is alislam.org website. This is not my website. This is not my translation. This is not my text. I'm just reading. Look what it says. What is the muta? In the book of etc. blah blah blah, the muta or nikah, etc. blah 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 blah. Okay, you can read yourself. And then it says, in some work, a special terms is applied to women who participate in muta mustajara. Mustajara means rented, or rented women. And those Muslims, they want to convince us that they believe in Jesus. Rented women? And you believe in Jesus? Are you sure, Abdul? Rented women? Mut'a is considered as a kind of rental, because in general, men basic aim of this kind of marriage is enjoyment of women. How you call it marriage? The woman, she got paid. The women, she got paid. There's a pillars for the muta. Here they will explain to you the formula. First, you have to agree about how much. Second, you have to agree about the time, how long. It's prostitution, officially prostitution. So you go to a woman, you say, hey, my name is Abdul, your name is Fatima or Aisha. How much you charge me to boom boom for you for 3 hours? If she said $10, go to the bedroom or the elevator. Is it me who's saying this definition, or this is your Islamic website? And by the way, this is written in the Quran, chapter 4, verse number 24. So my friend, we are not debating about the name of the God. Who cares about what you call your God? Let us say, for the sake of argument, the Muhammadan, they changed the name of their God from Allah to Jesus. Still you are devilish, still you are following Satan. Changing the name or having different name, that is not the issue. The issue is what you believe in. Do the God of the Christians teach muta temporarily? You take a woman for the bed, you pay her wages, she take off her panty, or teach that you can suckle her, suckling a stranger woman, a stranger man, or having sex with the children. And then the Muslim, they start fabricating stories. Says a prophet in the Bible, he married 3 years old. uh, Muta is okay in Shia Muslim. That's not true. Muta is okay in Shia and Sunni. The Sunni just to change the name. If you have my book, Sex and Allah, you will see that the Shia and the Sunni, they still practice until now. But what the Sunni did, they are always people of, you know, deception. So they fabricate reasoning. So what the Muslim Sunni, they do now, they have something that's called Zawaj friend, as an example. What is Zawaj friend? You have a woman, you like her, she like you want to have sex. But you don't want to get married and have children and live together. So what do? You make a contract, it's called Zawaj friend. It's like boyfriend. You go to the hotel once a week or wherever you want to horny. You do boom boom. If the police come to stop you to check what are you doing, you show them I have a paper. It's Zawaj friend. They have a format of marriage, the Sunni. It's called a travel marriage. Travel marriage, student marriage. What is that? If you are going to travel or a student, let us say you're a businessman or a student, you are going to stay in some country temporarily. You go to a woman, you fool her, you tell her I want to marry you. You are going to stay, let us say, in Los Angeles for 2 weeks or a month, or even a year. You fool this woman, you say to her, I want to marry you, because it's haram, brother, you cannot sleep around. So you marry her, but in your heart, you don't want to marry her forever. You just want to marry her until you finish your study, so you have a woman with panty in the bed. When you finish your few weeks of study, you say to her, bye-bye, I have to leave, you're divorced, and this is your payment. So the Muslim Sunni, they still practice the same. And actually the hadith confirm that the Muslim Sunni, they practice the muta after the death of Muhammad, and during the death of Muhammad, during the Caliphate Umar, and during the Caliphate Abu Bakr, and during Muhammad's life. All right? Any comment from Muhammadan? Now, because today nobody knows that I'm going to go, actually, because I changed the time, you know, and people in Indonesia, many countries, they are asleep, so we don't have many people here. Only like 600, 700, right? But it's okay. We will go live after we finish here. Let us see. Give me a second. Lord have mercy. As always I say, I find the stupidity is amazing. They try to fight us, they help us. Always. All right. So this is the topic will be for my coming program in the other account, Quality of Life. You know, I made a video about prices of phones. Short videos, like not even 50 seconds. But look like this short 50 second provoke some people. So some, they say to me, one of them said, CP, I will write something very provocative. So we will discuss how this can be true and why this person is upset, and you know how a human being he think, how people think, the logic of a human being. So if you like, our topic is not really about phones, but we will talk about phones. But the purpose is how we spend our money and how we can be wise, how they fool us and how we spend, how we do what they want against our will, how we spend all our month working like crazy, very hard, losing time from our life, and then we spend it for a little tiny phone. So some, they get offended of what I said. I want to analyze how people think and why you are upset and why we get upset when somebody says to us something truthful. Why I provoke you, how this is happening. So if you care for such a topic, we will be live in, it says 40 minutes. All right. Should I change the time, guys, so people in Indonesia, they can join us? What do you think? Shall I change the time or keep it as it is? Sam, I will be in different channel. Here we are almost done. Change the time, keep the time. What do you think? What Indonesian Christian must do, because in the Bible in Indonesia, this is translation, refuse it. Take any word from that Bible translation using the word Allah and put the word the Lord. Put the word Elohim, put the word God, whatever, you know, in your language. Don't use Allah. That is a false use. As you see, the Muslim agreeing that Allah is a name, not a word meaning God. So we are using the wrong name as a word God, which is not right. And why we want to use the word Allah? Are we short of words? The Hebrew Bible is there, the Aramaic Bible is there, and we do not need to use the word Allah. Keep change. And now I know why Muhammad, he got dizzy and he lost his mind. He asked them a question, should I change or not to change? So they start saying to him, change, not to change, change, not to change. So Muhammad, he went to the moon and he thought he is in the galaxy, but he went to Ethiopia. It was the Euphrates River. Change the time. Okay, what time? Change it for 2 hours from now, 3 hours from now. Da -da 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 -da. Keep it, keep it. How do you spell provocative? I don't know how to spell it. Are you asking me? Somebody told you I'm an English teacher. I don't know. I even have to say the word correctly. Hello. Alhamdulillah. This is what make me qualified to be a prophet, by the way. Because to be a prophet in Islam, you need to know, you do not need to read your name. And don't even try to read anything. So, like, I wish I am totally illiterate, because that will make me a prophet. I will be qualified. What is missing is to find a girl, she is 6 years old, to be a wife. And then to find some Jewish people and Christians to attack them, take their wallet. And then I will get a mule, and this mule can take me to the heaven. You have one. And yeah, I mean, it's very simple. It's all like very easy. Are you guys correcting me in the text how to say it? Okay, let me teach you how Christian friends read English. If you ask me, I read the English in this way: provocative. Okay, what is the origin of this word? That somebody, he was a brew, and he was vowing to be captive. Yeah, it's coming from the word katavayan, which means katavuro, which means oh, Allah knows best. This is, by the way, true story, and we can find it in Sahih Bukhari. Right? Any Muslim have any comment? Anyone? No Muslim have anything to say? No? Provoke? Okay. Brother in my city, Muslims, his name is Burak. Yeah, that's mean he accept to be a mule. Because how you call yourself Burak when this, which is a name of an animal, which is a mule? To call yourself Burak or to call your son a Burak, that's mean you accepted your son that is a donkey. You are calling your son a donkey. How you call your son Burak? 3 or 5 hours. You know what? I will change the time to give the chance for the Christians in Indonesia to join us. Maybe I will make it go an hour more. What do you think, guys? Hour more? But still is going to be early. What the time now in Indonesia? What is the time now there? What a color ink? Allah, he used the pen blue. Well, Renee, I will speak to you in a language women they understand. Allah, he used eyeliner. This is why the Prophet, he used to put eyeliner 3 times a day at least. For this is the, the private pen of Allah. Have you ever heard of a prophet? He cannot leave the house unless he put eyeliner. Pretty Muhammad. You see, eyeliner can be used in the old days for somebody having illness in his eyes, but this guy, he have illness in his eyes 24 hours, 7 days a week, all his life. It's 4:26 a.m. Okay, I have an idea for people who they are in Jakarta. You see, it look like we have the time differences, and me as an Arab, we are genius. I come with an idea, will solve the problem. Why you don't change your clock and make it, instead of 4:26 a.m., make it 4:26 p.m. This way we will have the same timing. Don't you know that the Prophet, he said that Allah come down in the 3rd part of the night? Obviously, all of us, we should have 1 o'clock according to the Prophet order. So you are following the kuffar timing, but in fact we should follow the true timing of Allah. All of us, we have 3rd part of the night. Brother, can we meet in the 3rd part of the night, brother? Brother, I live in Indonesia. Okay, where do you live? I live in Canada, brother. So what is the 3rd part of the night for? What a stupid garbage religion. Oh, don't be cruel. What a cruel mean? Please don't make me dizzy with the English language. Like English is really starting from hot dogs. I don't want to go back in memory. Somebody invited me to eat hot dogs. American, they eat dogs. What's wrong with those American people? Did you hear the stories of those in the Middle East during the Eid? They are slaughtering donkeys, dogs, cats, and they are selling them to the Muslims as if it's a beef. Oh boy. You must learn from Allah. Okay, like yo-yo. Yeah. My English is daif, best. Yeah, it's daif. Actually, here, you need to remember how not to let anything make you feel down. When I say to myself, I'm going to go and teach people the truth, I know that my English is not that good. And actually, it used to be way more horrible than now. Now like way better. Yet that did not stop me from doing what I want to do. That is a great example for all of us, not to be worried of how to do it. Just be consistent, have faith, and you will be able to accomplish your mission. A person who don't believe in what he can do, he cannot do anything. You cannot do anything. If I say to myself, well, your English is funny, people will laugh at you. If you go right now, start speaking English, you will see the text all over saying, hey, look what he's talking. And this is what they do until now, right? But I opened my arms to the Lord and I said, I'm going to go. I don't know how to swim, I will go. If the Lord is with me, who could be against me? Right? You make fun of my English. You see, I don't speak good English and I did what I did to Islam. So what if I speak good English? I don't speak good English and my books now translated to many, many languages around the earth. And what if I speak good English? You know what I mean? So when you are limited, still you can be powerful, because limitation can be exist only if you don't want to try and do what you think you can do. I know, I am sure I have the knowledge. So what I am short of? My English skills is not good. So what? I will make mistakes. I will learn. I will speak better by time. And then I can do it better. But if I don't start, how you want to learn how to swim if you don't jump in the water? You cannot. You cannot learn how to swim by virtual classroom. You have to jump in the water. So I really appreciate what the Lord He gave us. He blessed us with. We have people listening to us from around the world, from everywhere. I never thought actually I will be able to accomplish what I accomplished. When I started online, I saw many people, they are converting to Islam. And that was very sad news for me. I could not believe it, how ignorant they are. So I said, I'm not going to let this happen. I started in the programs long before Paltalk. It's called Hear Me, and there's other program for chat. And then I went to Paltalk. Actually, the Muslims, they are the one who invited me to Paltalk. And the Muslims are the one who invited me to YouTube. And the Muslims are the one who made me make page in Twitter. Muslims make page in Facebook. It was the Muslims always. It is Muslims who made me make books. Because they were saying to me, well, if you are so much knowledgeable, how come we never heard that you have a book? I said, okay, we will have a book. We will have a book. If this is what it's going to take to make you listen, it's a good idea actually. Why not? I will make a book. I will make a book. Will make millions of Muslims regret asking me to make a book. For I will share the truth inside that book. And you cannot handle the truth. As simple as that. And it's what's happening. Do you notice when the Muslim, they say, like someone like Mimi and Fifi, they say to the Muslim they want to debate a Christian prince. Do you notice how much they are terrified? They prepare, they cut my video part, pieces. They don't want to debate me. They want to just play the videos. Is that telling you how scared they are? They are terrified. They are talking to Christian prince. They knew if they let me talk, they are no match. So let us bully him. Let us smear him. Let us make stories about him. But those stories help me, because later everybody found that what they are saying is absolutely false. They could not debate me, so they decide to smear the person. This is what they do to the gentleman, his name, the apostate prophet. You see, there's some people they can handle pressure, and there's people they cannot. Apostate prophet, you can tell he is not good in handling pressure. Like he get affected by what the Muslim they say. For me, I laugh. So they thought they can do to me what they do to this nice gentleman. They take advantage of you actually if you are a nice person. And the reason for that, the Muslims, they've been taught by the faithful Muhammad that Allah, He made us subdued to Muslims. He made us accept humiliation. So a Muslim, he can humiliate us. If you go in the Quran, this is why when you are nice speaking to them, they don't take it like because you are a Christian and Jesus taught you to be nice and peaceful and loving. No. They take it as the Quran says. The Quran says that Allah, He cursed us. And He bitched over them like a tent of what? Of humiliation. Shame is bitch over them. Do you see it? Shame on us. Keep dreaming. Shame on you. We made Muhammad the symbolic of shame everywhere. And who can deny the truth? Nobody. I just changed the time on the quality of life. Let us see what the time now will be, to be sure it's accurate. Okay. It's going to be live in 2 hours from now. Is that good? Is that good? 2 hours from now. Are we good with that? This is the link. Join us in 2 hours from now. 2 hours? 3 hours? What 3 hours? No, it says 2 hours. Oh, you want it to be 3 hours? No, I think 2 hours is fine, because people in Indonesia, they will wake up, and you know, everybody is welcome. Yeah, it's already, it says live in 2 hours. It's going to be, depending on your timing, you know, I don't know. In New York time, it is 8 o'clock. Different place in USA, it's 7. I think in Jakarta now, it's 7 a.m. in the morning already. No, actually, I mean, it's already now 4:37 a.m. in the morning, right? Yeah. All right. So I want to say thank you guys for being here. I see you in 2 hours from now. And until then, please share the link with your friends. Invite them to join us. Again, the topic there is totally different from Islam. There we speak as a family. And our topic is the interest of everybody who really care for something better for his life. And if you are a person who get offended from what I say, you should know me by now. I say things as it is. I don't sugarcoat. I don't use bad language, but I don't do sugarcoating. You know, the Muslim, they say to you, Christian Prince, he used a bad language, like the word panty. Well, Islam is about panty, what I can do. If I am speaking about the Bible, I will not use that word. The Muslim, they quote for you like the Song of Songs. You say, how this can be the book of God. This is a song, and this guy is not even talking about women. In your books, you are talking about women literally. You describe even what is inside the private part of the woman. So the topic we talk about is dirty. So we cannot make it clean. In the other channel, there the topic is always going to be clean, because we are not talking about Islam, and we will not Islam be involved in our channel there. All right. Can you do a new live show with Amir, ex-Muslim, for German public, please? Yeah, I did not actually receive a message from him for a while. Maybe I will contact him and see how he's doing at least. All right, guys. So see you soon. I hope we answer all the questions, and the Muslims who dare to debate us, like this guy, Muslim fornication, he got what he deserved. You always get what you deserve when you change Christian Prince. Thank you. God bless you, and see you soon again. Take care. Remember, after 2 hours in this channel, and this is the link. All right. Take care.